everybody, this is Kavim. This video is just an educational video, just talk about titration for the Form 4 students who enter in Form 4, who's currently in Form 4, and also for Paper 3 private candidates who will have to do a lab. This educational video will assist with setting up your burette for titration, taking your measurements, and using the pipette correctly, right? So this here is your retort stand with your clamp. This is your burette. This is your pipette, but you'll have a different pipette in school with a certain part that is bigger than the glass tubing, right? But this is nothing that's a pipette, right? Your conical flask, your glass funnel, your beaker with your reagents, your wash bottle, and this here is your sink, right? So what the first thing you want to do when you enter the lab to do a titration, you would want to rinse the apparatus. And the two apparatus that you're going to use to fill and transfer is the pipette and the burette. So the first thing we want to do, we want to make sure that this tap here is closed. You will take your wash bottle, you can go over the sink, and you would pour some water inside there. You can fill up to about quarter or 3/4, right? With the tap closed, you'll want to cover the top and the tip here, and you will be moving up and down, right? Just to rinse, and then you'll turn over and open up the tap, and everything will flow. You'll do that for about 3 times with your distilled water in the lab, right? And then when you do that 3 times, you close back your tap, you can turn over, and then you would be taking some of your reagent. So this is the acid that is going into the burette. With the tap closed again, you would pour some of your reagent, and then top and the tip, and you're rinsing with your reagent, and then upside down, open top. Alright? So you will rinse with your distilled water in the same method, and then you will rinse with your reagent that you put inside. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to mount your burette. Now, when you're mounting your burette, you want to make sure this is the spine of the burette, the retort stand. You'll want to make sure that when you mount this onto the clamp, you are only seeing, from where I'm looking at, you only see the burette. The spine is being blocked. So then you know that you're vertical, you're 90 degrees to the bench top. And then you'll be looking at the side to see with the spine that it is parallel, right? And it's not like this or this dipping forward or backward. So, if I go to then we'll want to look at the space that you'll have on it here, so that you have ample space to swirl, right? So, that's the height that we'll need for the conical flask. And now I'm going to clamp. Now what I'm observing right now is in front, I need to turn this a bit. Right, so in my view, I am only seeing the burette. It is the spine is behind that. And if I look at the side, I can actually see the burette and the spine parallel. So this here is vertical and ready to start. This burette is not dipping forward or backward, it is parallel to your spine. And also in front, I am not seeing the spine. The burette is there, so I know it in line. So it is vertical. And we have the correct height here. So the next thing you will do is place your glass funnel. Tap close. And if you can remember, this was the reagent that we are using, the acid, and you will be pouring. Right? Once you pour, you could go to your 0 or at any volume you want to start with. But before you start to titrate, you remove your glass funnel, so that anything that was in the glass will run down and it will not affect with your value that you had. So we have some volume inside there of your reagent. So this is ready for titration. The next thing that you'll be doing is, again, you will be taking your pipette. You'll use your pipette filler. I explained that in theory class, how to use your pipette filler. Make sure and press the certain valve to release the air, put it on top of your mouth of your pipette, and press the certain valve to bring up your solution into your pipette. Once you have the certain amount, remember you don't want to have any air bubbles inside there once you have the certain amount. But first thing what we're going to do is trying to get some of your solution inside here. And again, we will put it over the sink, take out your pipette filler, and again, you're going up and down. But before we go into the solution, you will take your wash bottle and you will pour some distilled water and you will swirl up and down and then release. You do that 3 times. Use your pipette filler, pull up some solution. Again, take out your pipette filler and rinse. And then you put back your pipette filler, you pull up your certain solution, and then you put it into your conical flask to let out that certain volume that you need. Right? So once we have the certain volume, you know that we have the pipette filler today. Once we have the certain volume of the next reagent, we will be putting an indicator inside there. So you add a few drops of your phenolphthalein and metal orange. Place it underneath, and you look at your volume. You'll record that initial volume in your table. You know the volume that you place inside here, and then we are going to titrate. So you'll open your valve, just to go dropwise first, and you're swirling. So we open it up and we have it dropwise. And then I could go a little bit slow and I swirl it. And you're looking for a color change. When you see it's at a change, you can go back dropwise and then wait for a color change. And once you see the color change, you close your top. And then how you're reading, you'll be looking at the volume and the meniscus. And you go eye level. I don't expect that this is where the volume is here and you will stand up here like this and see that there is 33. No. You go eye level and you look at the meniscus and you say, okay, good. And if it is that not enough, you can take a ruler and you can put it there and see the meniscus and read out that volume, and that will be your final volume. Your final volume minus the initial, and you get the volume that you use of this reagent in the burette. Right? So I hope this was helpful in terms of mounting your burette, rinsing your burette, filling your burette, taking a measurement, and also the height of where your burette should be with your conical flask. And I'll have a next video with the pipette filler, and we'll show how to use the pipette filler to pull up your solution. But for now, at least you know what you're looking at when you're mounting this burette. You're making sure that you're looking at the spine and make sure that it's parallel. You're looking in front, making sure that you're not seeing it. And then you know how you're pouring. You're not leaving your funnel in top there, because that will lead to errors in the experiment. And you know about the height. You don't want this tip inside here and it break. You want to bring up your conical flask just underneath it and you want to swirl. Alright? So that's not helpful. And in the next video, I'll have that with the pipette filler. And we'll be doing a lot more in physics. I'll be doing the pendulum lab, the Hooke's law lab, and some electricity labs, and it will be coming on board. Alright? God bless. Take care. And open the valve. Right? And up and down. Make sure you reach down your hand and come back. And turn them upside down here. Right, you do that 3 times with water from it. Right? And even with water, you could fill up about here and make sure and rinse inside it good because you know who uses that here when you come to use it, right? There's the chemical that going inside it. So close the valve and fill up. Now, I tell Brittany, if she don't like, they will have this in a bigger beaker, 500 or something. You will have a measuring cylinder. So you could take a measuring cylinder and pour inside it. If you prefer to hold the measuring cylinder to pour inside it. Right? But we're going to just pour a little bit of this inside it. Watch your height and then you know. So in the lab, all they want wouldn't be, this will be all slantways and all kind of things. Right, so you will have to adjust this, right? But it's already adjusted, right?